Okay, we left off page 144. He says the ultimate level is to come to a level to understand that you don't understand what God is. And therefore, one doesn't have to visualize any vision, because you understand that it's beyond your grasp. He's unfathomable. And the wiser you are, you realize you become more inadequate to even approach the whole idea of what God is. He said, what is comparable to this? Al derech hakeruf, which would be the closest we could compare to what we're discussing. You say to a person, what does your soul look like? Let's talk about your soul. When you think about your soul, it's a spiritual component, which is the essence of the person. Do you have to visualize it? You don't visualize it. You have no idea what it is. It's a spiritual essence. Does it have a form? Does it have a scent? Does it have is there any depiction we have of it? The answer is no. Although it actually, the function of the human being and all our actions are dictated by the neshama. So the same thing, we see endless things happening in the world. Who dictates them? Right? Who orchestrates them? Hashem. So just as the neshama, which orchestrates and dictates all our behavior in every sense of the word, we don't have to depict and we don't have to visualize anything. Identically, HaKadosh Baruch Hu causes the world to function in its capacity. What about one's intelligence? You talk about the brain activity. What you visualize, what the chemical activity, what causes our understanding about anything. You know, even if you think about it, what is it? There's nothing to grasp, right? There's nothing to visualize. It's not we fathom a form or a tzura. And we don't have to compare it to anything. God himself, if our neshama, our intelligence, we don't have to in any way visualize anything. Why, when it comes to God, we have to visualize God as a being, as an entity? Asher ein kamo yizborach, v'amar philosopher. A philosopher had said, if regarding our soul, it's something which is overwhelmingly difficult to come upon what the neshama is, so definitely in terms of when we try to visualize God, if you can't visualize the soul or the life source, you're going to visualize God. Philosophers. You know, years ago they opened the person to try to locate his life source. Could you locate a life source in a person? Either a person is alive or dead, one or the other. Yeah, I mean, even an animal. I mean, what is the life source? You know? What is it? There's no way to even to describe what it is. It's there. That's it. See, it's an energy. How do you visualize energy? You can't visualize energy. You can't find anything, you know. Either a person's alive or he's not alive, one or the other. Okay, let's not get off. You're an expert in digression. Yeah, okay. We'll soon talk about organ donations. Okay. He says, since we've come to this point, there's no point in discussing it. We've come to a point, if you understand what God is and who God is, it's unfathomable, it's not something you could visualize, and as he's drawn all the parallels, he says he thinks we've already discussed it sufficiently. Lirhos, I don't know what the word, Lirhos, Veliro, Velizor Mimeno. Liro is fear, and be careful. What's Lirhos? No, we are obligated to have fear. No, lira, and reverence. Velizor, and be wary of it. Okay. Something that's beyond you, don't even try to seek out. Something which is kills from you, don't delve into. What you're permitted to reflect on, that's what you should reflect on. You have no relevance to things that are concealed. I'll give you an example. You know, we speak about what's speculation. Okay? You speculate. Let's say you have a sealed box, you have no idea what's in the box, and there's no indication, there's no sound, there's no nothing. There's nothing to go on. What could you speculate what's in the box? There's no basis for speculation. Right? Because there's no indication where you even begin to understand what God is. Like the Gemara says in Chagiga, we have the Mishnah. Mishnah says in Chagiga, a person is not permitted to even try to contemplate what existed pre-existence. We speak ex nihilo. What is nothing? There's no understanding. Because even nothing, a vacuum, is part of creation. Right? We visualize, what is it? Desolation, emptiness. You know, tohu vavohu, whatever the way it's explained. What's tohu vavohu? It was chaotic, unformed. But even unformed is matter, but it's unformed matter. But what preceded that? There's no way to know what preceded that. Because as a human being, we only have relevance to something which has relevance to what? For the mind to process. What existed pre-existence, we have no relevance to. So there's not even the basis for speculation. It's an impossibility to come upon it. It's not something which is part of a frame of reference. There's a pasuk, it says, the world to come, ayin lo rose elokim zu losecha. Right? What is the world to come in its reality? Until you're there, you have no idea what it is. And then it says, what's the world to come? Tzadikim, the Gemara says in Brachos. Tzadikim yoshvim v'troseim b'rasheim v'nenen miziv hashchina. That tzadikim, they sit and they're wearing their crowns and they bask in the radiance of the Shechina. What is that? We have no idea what it is. Right? Unless you've been there, you have no idea what it is. So therefore it says, Elokim, right? Ayin lo rosa, Elokim lo uzulosecho. Only God knows what it is. As a human being, it's impossible to know what that is. You can't even speculate what that is. What is Gehenna? All we can say, Gehenna is pain, but what's pain? Right? What's pain? The way, we have no idea what pain is. We only say what pain is, that is worse than that. But what's pain in the spiritual realm? We have no idea what pain is. Right? Because that experience is... Yeah, definitely. It's part of the Masorah. The Gemara says that, you know, the hottest earthly fire is 1/60th of the fire of Gehenna. Be real, there's no fires in Gehenna. There's no physical fire. But if you're able to equate one to another, whatever that is, in the spiritual realm, whatever means burning, suffering, but again, what is suffering? We can only relate to suffering as a human being. But what's suffering in the spiritual realm? We have no idea what that is. Each person has his own Gehenna. It's true. Each person creates his own Gehenna. Because the Gehenna is a negative energy that's created through sin. That's what Gehenna is. And it saps. And it saps the neshama. It's like the way the Ramak explains it. You put a leech. You put a leech on a person. When does the leech detach itself? Once it becomes saturated with blood, then it drops off. The same thing. The sin, once it's already sapped sufficiently the neshama, then that negative energy disappears. That's what Gehenna is. For all the negative energy you've created, that has to sap the person. And as a human being, you would die instantaneously. That's the mitzvah rachmim. Hashem holds it off for the world to come, or only gives you certain things in this world, which is the equivalent of that, which is only it's infinitesimal compared to what that is, and yotzi in this world. I can't believe he says that. because what you're saying, it doesn't add up, as they say in English. Maximum, you could come back to this world 4 times. Gilgul. Can't come back more than 4 times. Right? It's brought. It's the Orchaim cites it. Api Kabbalah, Zohar says 4 times maximum. So a person's in Russia, he comes back 4 times, now well he goes to Gan Eden, he can't go to Gehenna any longer. Gehenna is in the world to come, it's not this world. Okay? No, again, the way we see it. Yeah. No, because anything negative is down, anything positive is up. It's only, again, that's part of our human perception. But again, there's no one place of any. Even Gan Eden, what's Gan Eden? There's no location called Gan Eden. It's the positive energy which we've created through the mitzvos that spiritualizes, that we have relevance to be able to have a proximity to Hashem, to be able to bask to a greater degree. Of course. Well, what do you have? Mishlei. Everything. We have to give human. Same thing when we speak about Hashem. He's good. What's good? Right. So we're giving him human description. So that's what we speak. It doesn't mean that is what it is, because there's no other word that we only describe as attributes. The way he interacts with this world. It's not describing who he is. We have no idea who he is. To be continued. What? Yeah, definitely. Of course, you haven't completed. Not everybody comes back. Guild. First of all, 99.999% of people in this existence were here before. We're all Gilgulim. No, we're all Gilgulim. Because we haven't completed a mission of a previous life. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. A Gilgul is a phenomenal thing. But there's a chance you could fail. As much as you could succeed, there's a serious downside. What happens if you mess up worse? You mess up worse. Yeah, okay. It's walking a tightrope, literally. Especially if you're not an expert tightrope walker, it's inevitable you fall. But that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu says. That's opportunity. No, you're not someone else. You're yourself. You're yourself. Hashem's giving it a chance. The Orachaim HaKadosh writes. I just want to mention, the Orachaim HaKadosh writes like this. A person can have a Gilgul in a number of things. The best Gilgul is a human being. Why? Because you have Bechira. The next best is in a state where you have no Bechira, you're just entombed. That's meaning your neshama is entombed in this existence. It could be even a fish. A fish is the best. Because a fish represents, that's water, it represents purity. If it's in a state where you have no Bechira, a fish is the best. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who makes this determination. Or it could be an animal, regular animal. It could be a rock, something inanimate. The worst is a reptile, the Nachash. The Nachash is the worst setting to be reincarnated, because the snake represents something which is evil, the original sin. Nachash means it's a Gehenna in this world. What do you mean you don't need Hashem? But I'm saying the setting, the environment for the neshama, the Nachash is the worst setting. A rock, you just entombed. No, the neshama is not there forever. It's for the period of time. Hashem says the neshama should be there. You're there. The person's there for that period of time. Yeah, there's a whole idea. Al-Pi Kabbalah, we eat fish on Shabbos. That's to be Misaki, Nishmas, whatever that means. The tzaddik doesn't come back. But whatever that means, it actually, the tzaddik, neshama benefits from when we eat fish in this on Shabbos. Because we're utilizing the fish for a mitzvah. It's alpi. It's based on Kabbalah. It's nishmas tzaddikim have relevance to fish. So when we eat fish on Shabbos and we use it in the context of a mitzvah, the neshamas of the tzaddikim have a certain level of benefit. I have no idea.